Hello, everyone. My name is Susan Bill, and I am the founder and executive director of Magnolia Center for Brain Health right here in Lancaster. I am so excited and honored and thrilled to be here. Thank you, AIRS Foundation, for supporting our proposal for making dementia care and caregiver empowerment a priority. I am going to be sharing with you in the next few moments. We have a few of our caregivers, a student, one of our supporters. We have asked them questions. We are going to interview them. We're going to let them share their story of why this program is so important for Lancaster. Over the last 4 months, we have been meeting with caregivers and listening to their stories and measuring the impact that this kind of program will have on their lives. We have learned firsthand that the lack of resources here has caused them to struggle at times. But we are extremely hopeful about the outcomes that having a center like this in the heart of your city can change lives and make a difference. Caregivers are the real heroes, and we are here to empower them and connect them with resources and to educate them and to care for their loved one on that journey. So thank you so much.
I am caring for my husband, Nick, and we've been on this journey for probably about 4 years. Vascular dementia following a stroke about 8 years ago, and progressed really the last couple of years has gotten to where it's been a considerable challenge.
I'm caring for my husband. It's been about 2 years, Okay. Yeah, it's been a journey. It's dementia and offset Alzheimer's. I think that's the way the doctor described it.
I found Magnolia Care as a recommendation from another group, actually, that I had found that was a little further away from us, and it was challenging for us to drive so far, and I asked if anybody had known something in Lancaster, and they gave me your information. I looked you up, and I'm so glad. Yeah. So glad to have found you. Yeah.
I first met you at another facility. We went from there, and they was having meetings, so I thought I needed to do that. Yeah. I need a group. I needed some help. I really needed some support. Yeah, and there's a lot of people out there with dementia, and families need help. It seems like, it's a stigma, but like people are ashamed now, and they really don't want nobody to know that their loved one have dementia.
Right.
And they need to know. I'm not ashamed to tell anybody, because people see a difference in them, and they wonder.
There really wasn't anything around. You were the only one I could find that wasn't a 45+ minute drive for me, which right now I can do, but it's hard to do on a regular basis. Sure. It's challenging, yeah. This group has helped my stress level in a huge way. I remember taking the stress questionnaire in the beginning, and I was very surprised at how I scored. I didn't think I was as stressed as the results showed, but I think if I were to take it now, I know if I were to take it again, it would be a much better score. I feel I'm in such a better place. I learned so much about myself, but what really surprised me is how much I learned about my husband. Yeah. Getting others experts feedback from time spent with him and giving that back to me has just been priceless. And that in turn helps me to be able to manage our different situations and challenges in a better way. So that's been huge. Yeah.
I enjoy listening to everybody else. Sometimes you think you're the only one going through.
Yeah.
Then you find like somebody else is going through it. Might be a little bit different than what you're going through.
Yeah.
But we all going through the same thing. You know, our loved ones has been diagnosed with the disease.
Yeah.
And I just enjoy listening to everybody. It be some good points, be funny.
Yeah. Sometimes we laugh, don't
Yeah, we have to laugh. Sometimes I laugh to keep from crying. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I know, it's the truth.
And it's a journey to try to get here sometimes.
Yeah.
The group that we meet with, we've become friends. We hug, we miss each other when one of us is not there. It's been so comforting to have that regular interaction with people who know exactly what you are dealing with currently and future, and it's been very helpful to me to have that out, because I don't do that with friends or kids or anybody, siblings, anybody else. Yes, we talk a little bit, but I don't feel I can vent, unload as much as I do with others than the group here. And you really need to do that. You do.
I had a 5, probably a 6 when I got here.
Yeah. Right.
But now I might be at a 2.
Oh, that's a tough question. I have really enjoyed the various groups and speakers and experts that you've brought in. The neurologist, the Center for Aging, the elder care attorney, things I had no awareness of in some regards. So I've really enjoyed that. More of that, just information. I'm always hungry to learn things, and that's been great.
I guess we need to know, more people need to be aware of what's going on. Right. That Magnolia Care is here for them. Yeah, I hope it continues, because I enjoy coming.
I think the passion is just that care for not just caregivers, but for the people that we are caring for. Just making sure that our families receive all the information and the resources that are available. And you know that's what I'm about.
My name is Lydia Phillips, and I go to school at USCL, and I met you through doing a group project with my class, my business and writing class. We looked at your business plan and kind of reviewed some of it. We added a marketing section, so that's how I met you through there.
You know, I live in Kershaw County.
Yes.
You know, so to be able to connect with you here in Lancaster, that also tells me that it's not an isolated problem. It's not an isolated issue. Yeah. And we just need to be able to make those resources available for all of our surrounding areas, you know. Culturally, I think it's that stereotype. The stigma of what we have lived with, you know, for so many years. As you know, you don't divulge that kind of information.
You don't talk about it.
You don't tell people that your loved one is having memory issues.
Right.
It's almost taboo. You know, those are the things that you keep in the house. You keep that in the family. You know, and I think that's our biggest issue. But then just having the financial resources, that's also a problem. Yeah. And the sad part about it, though, is most of the time, and this is just me, in my opinion, the people who are having the cultural issues are also the same ones that are having that financial issue. But I've learned, though, over these past few years that we're all suffering the same.
My friend in the class, Lucas, you know, he's had a couple grandparents that have had it, and it's like, I would have never figured that. I would have never known that about him if it wasn't for, you know, the class and kind of raising awareness. And, you know, that's not something you ask, and that's not something young people especially kind of sit around and talk about. So having to talk about it in class is kind of like, whoa, you know, we don't usually do this, especially in business class.
My loved ones' dementia and issues are no different than yours.
Absolutely.
Just because we're in a different social status, just because we might be a different, you know, we got different skin pigment and all that. But it's all the same when it boils down to what that person is going through. Everybody around me have those resources. You know, we can't just say certain people get it and some don't. It's needed everywhere.
It's needed everywhere.
So the more we can expose people to those resources and the information, it's going to be better off for all of us. So that's why I'm so supportive. I mean, you know, just being able to come here, and then maybe we can move it someplace else, and we can move it over there and over here, and
Absolutely. Yeah.
so that we can all have access, right?
Yeah, and we learn from each other.
And we
It's the
learn
most
from each
beautiful
other.
thing.
My hope is more people figure out about it, and more people come, and it affects more lives, and, you know, it touches more people, because like the meeting I was just in, you know, one person has learned one thing, and then they spread it to the next person, and then more people can get aware of what Magnolia is doing.